Allen, who's had herself quite a school year, but it's not done yet. And we welcome to the Prep Report from Madison Edgewood, Mackenzie Reese. Mackenzie, welcome.
Hi, Rob. Hi, Dennis. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Very good, thanks.
Well, Mackenzie, I mean, it's been, what a year. And, this is our last show. We're kind of looking back on some of the things that have been accomplished. And for you, there's always something left to do. But let's start with what you've done so far and go back to the volleyball season. And I know that, you're going to South Carolina Aiken to play basketball, but you've had a lot of great memories in your other two sports, soccer and volleyball. You got a team all the way to the state finals. We're talking about state finals here in basketball. What will be your fondest memories about getting a team to the state tournament and playing for a gold ball in volleyball?
Well, considering for volleyball, the previous years we lost in the sectional finals, we hadn't qualified for state. It was a really big deal for us to make it, and then when we got the chance to play in the championship game, we just kind of gave it our all, and it was awesome to play against such good competition like Catholic Memorial. I think our seniors, we really had a lot of fun with that game, and we weren't the most happy with the outcome, but still second place was great.
Well, then you go to basketball season, and Milton catches you at the end. Were you rooting for Milton in the state when they got beat in the semifinals?
Yeah, to be honest, I was in the semifinals. I thought they, could do a good job representing the Badger South Conference at the state tournament. But yeah, that was a fun game to watch Milton play.
So, Mackenzie, how do you handle, the ups and downs of high school sports here? I mean, the great high of getting to the state tournament in volleyball, and I'm sure it was an emotional night when you lost to Reedsburg in the tournament. What was that like?
Everyone wants to keep winning, keep playing in the playoffs. You want to see your season go as long as it can, but only one team in each division ends their season with a win. So, of course, we were disappointed, and we knew we could have gone further, but that's just the way the season went, and we made a lot of good memories this year, and I think surprised some people with the things we did.
I think the one thing that I learned watching the state tournament, and really it then, kind of maybe opened my eyes to what I was seeing during the regular season, we're seeing a lot of parity in girls basketball. There's talk about 5 divisions, and I know in girls basketball perhaps more so than boys, not a whole lot of difference between a lot of the Division I teams and the Division V when you throw in a Wausau Newman that had a 6-footer in the middle and liked to run the court. And you really don't know. I mean, a team gets on a roll like Reedsburg does, and records really don't mean a whole lot. Are you seeing, a lot of competitive equity on the basketball court maybe now even more so than when you first started your career?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, and I agree, because, the way that the seeding went with our regional and that with Reedsburg, we got the higher seed, but, just the records mean nothing when you come into playoffs, because any team can perform well on a given night, and you just got to be ready for that. And like you said, with like Wausau Newman and some of the Division I teams, they're great programs, great teams, but playoffs come around, and anyone can beat anyone, so.
Did you go to the games, or did you watch them on TV?
I went to the semifinals for Divisions 3 through 1, and then the finals for 1 and 2, but I watched the other ones on TV when I could.
What are your impressions, Mackenzie, of the tournament, second year back at the Kohl Center? Some people say it's too big. Others don't like the fact that it cuts into, the soccer season, the softball season. What are your feelings on where the tournament should be?
I thought it was really cool to watch the girls play in that environment at the Kohl Center, actually. I mean, yeah, you look up and the second and third levels aren't filled up, but I would do anything to play on that court. I think that's just awesome, and I know the girls who played on it, just loved it. So, and as for it cutting into soccer and softball seasons, if that's the way it has to be to play in the Kohl Center, then that's how it's got to be. But I think that's really cool that it can be there instead of the Alliant Energy Center.
Yeah.
Very good.
I hope some people up in Stevens Point are listening, because I'm not sure that they're quite sharing the enthusiasm. I'm not sure why something we're looking into off of something that was voted on yesterday, but that's a story for another day. The story for you right now, Mackenzie, is soccer season. I know we're pulling you out of practice. I know you've got big hopes there, and we go back to last school year, and again, your magic touch, you were at the state tournament again, and you got to the state semifinals before losing to Grafton. An 18-9-1 Edgewood team gets that far. For you, what was that like? And again, I mean, was it unexpected? Was it expected? What are the expectations for an Edgewood soccer team year in and year out to get to the state tournament like like that?
Well, I mean, I think we have a good reputation as a solid program. You know, throughout the years, we were at state in 2006, and then going back-to-back years, my sophomore and junior years. I think people know that we're capable of it, but I think we could be underestimated a little bit because year in and year out, we have a solid core group of players returning it seems, and I think we can do that again this year. I really do.
Talking to Mackenzie Reese of the Madison Edgewood right now girls soccer team, but if you, depending on when you tune into her high school career, it could be volleyball, it could be basketball. Mackenzie, I know a lot of people, expect you to do well in basketball personally. When you make an impact in volleyball, when you make an impact in soccer, does it catch people by surprise, or is that what you do? Is that kind of how you train yourself to be an impact player, no matter the sport, no matter where it falls on your personal priority list?
Well, basketball is definitely my favorite sport. You know, it's the game I love the most, but I'm a very competitive person, and in my sports, I just play to the best of my capabilities, game in and game out. So whether it's volleyball, people kind of forget my abilities at volleyball because I don't do anything in the off season for it. Really, I just show up and play. Same with soccer. So I'm kind of glad that I can do that while also having basketball as my main focus.
She's a throwback to the days then you could just show up and play and have fun at it and do well at it, right?
Say, what's your favorite season? You'd think, well, where am I? Oh, summer, okay, it's baseball, or in the fall, or winter, whatever. You're talking about competition and rivalries. You're going to be playing with a rival in college, aren't you, from locally?
Yeah, it's, Emily O'Rourke from Baraboo is going to be my teammate at South Carolina Aiken.
And she said that, I guess, you had, made the decision first, and that she made hers, but did you, talk a little bit about it, and what's it like to have somebody from, close to home, be with you so far away from home?
Oh, yeah, I committed first when I made my official visit, and then I did some talking with Emily, and I think I was one of the deciding factors for her that helped her make the decision, because it was such a big deal to sign with a school that's so far away. But it'll be great that we're good friends, and then to be teammates. I think that's gonna help us a lot transitioning to college life, a freshman, and then at such a faraway place, and then to be teammates, it's just great. It's the perfect opportunity for us.
Well, Mackenzie Reese, before you get to Aiken, you gotta play out a soccer season, and I was planning things out here and for the next couple weeks, and noticed a very interesting game next week for the Edgewood girls soccer team. Am I right? You're going to take on defending Division I state champion Verona Wildcats?
Yes, that's on Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, those want the Verona look at you as the one that got away, and you must know a lot of those girls on that team. You're living in that area, and is that going to be a special game for you?
Yeah, I think so. A lot of us are close with the Verona girls and know them personally. So it's a cool non-conference game to have so early on in the season, so it'll be fun.
Tuesday, and is that over at Badger Ridge?
It's actually at Breese Stevens. It's a home game for us.
Home game for you guys, so 7 o'clock under the lights, right?
Yeah.
Outstanding. Mackenzie Reese, our guest here on the Prep Report. Volleyball, basketball, soccer, everything she touches turns to gold, and we hope that, Mackenzie, you have as fun and productive a soccer season as you've had in volleyball and basketball, and more importantly, have fun these last couple of months of high school.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Mackenzie.
Mackenzie Reese of Madison Edgewood, and what a treat. She just got such a great perspective on things, and again, another one of those Edgewood athletes, so active and everything. So
student athlete, definitely.
Student athlete. Another student athlete that's had quite a year. We go down to our